to almost instantaneous.
Okay, so with regards to the characteristics of immutability, so like it's tamper resistant, like that characteristic is like how it is currently, But when technology advances, there's like an understanding that it might not always be immutable. So once you have something on the blockchain, you can't delete it, but eventually in the future it will be able to be hacked. Is that correct?
Don't think that's necessarily true.
So like with regards to the governing laws and jurisdictions in relation to blockchain, like what has to be done to protect blockchain?
So in Smart Dubai, we're currently working on issuing policies related to govern the use of blockchain in the government. And we are addressing multiple aspects of blockchain, such as network formation, network membership, network ownership, and I think that's necessary to make sure that government investment in blockchain is what's the right word? Is efficient, basically, and there's no duplication of efforts, and allows also for future compatibility.
Okay.
So, for example, we wouldn't want to have a future where there is multiple blockchain networks that don't talk to each other. So, creating a kind of a coherent architecture for allowing different requirements to be addressed, while also ensuring that there's no high level of fragmentation in the information that's stored on blockchain.
So, like, what is the government's role towards facilitating blockchain implementation?
I think that's a role that's you could say generalize it, so it's not just on blockchain, but the government, especially in Dubai, is we always encourage or and also advocate and lead by example in using emerging technology for achieving the goals of the Dubai government, which is ultimately to increase the well-being of citizens and residents, and increase the efficiency of the government, and create seamless experiences around the city.
And then, like, back to the governing laws, like, what are the data and ethical and regulatory implications? Because initially with big data, it was like
implication?
Data, ethical, and regulatory. So the example would be like big data. How like initially big data was like there was a lack of regulation, and then it was misused, and now there's all these different regulations coming up, especially with in Europe they have the GDPR.
Yeah, I don't think there's a specific there's anything specific to the blockchain, other than the fact that it's in a lot of the public blockchains, information written on those public blockchains is very hard to change, as because of the immutability of blockchain. So a violation of data privacy or some kind of a law, that once this information is written publicly on blockchain, it will be very difficult to remove, almost impossible to remove. However, whatever laws that govern the privacy of data, that would apply across, whether it's